All right, guys, this is Emmett again, your Alpha Builder. Let's look at the difference between remodel and new construction. Let's get into it. All right, guys, this is Emmett Starworth again. Once again, I'm the Alpha Builder. Um, you know, when you're doing jobs, I'm starting to get to the point that I don't think I'd ever run out of enough information to do content on. So I was sitting out on one of my jobs today, and I was talking to one of my guys, and he's used to doing remodels because he typically goes in and do remodel jobs. And we were hiring a tile guy, so we need a guy to lay the tile. And he had asked me, I said, well, we can talk to this guy. This guy's gonna have to come back and do something. But anyway, he said, well, I got this other tile guy's gonna come out here and look at it and tell me what his cost is gonna be. Well, that's the difference between remodel, and I didn't think about it at the time, but guys, that's the difference between remodel and new construction. When you're doing new construction, and I'll show you what new construction kind of looks like in a minute, guys, but when you're doing new construction, you don't really need to call someone out to have them to look at the job, see what's involved. And I get it on a remodel point of view. Yes, they need to come out and look at it. They need to see what's involved. They need to see if they need to take this down or you know, how difficult things may look when when you may have to demolition, you need to do a little demolition and remove this or change stuff around. So yes, you do have to get those guys. They need to really see what's involved. That's on remodel. But on new construction, you don't need to go through that. You just need to, you need to know what these guys' cost is. That's number one. You know what the cost is. You know what they charge per square foot. So if he's gonna lay tile on the wall, it's X amount of dollars a square foot on the wall versus is this amount of square foot on the floor, and that's it. Now, and I'm gonna tell you, remodel guys and new construction guys, the subcontractors are gonna approach jobs totally with a different mindset. And more than likely, a guy that you're dealing with that does remodels, they're going to be a little bit more expensive than someone who does new construction. In most cases, it's almost like if I was doing HVAC work or electrical work or even plumbing. Some plumbers only want to do what they call service calls. Service calls is they go out and they fix the problem. Okay. And they get more on their profit margin than someone who does new construction. So a new construction HVAC guy is going to go out there. He's going to set the units. He's going to get it. He's going to jump start and get everything going. He's going to run your duct work, and that's it. He get in and out. There's not a lot of stuff in his way for him to install what he needs to install. So his cost is lower. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. If your job looks like, if it looks like this on the right here, this one I'm showing you right here on the right, where at some point in time, even if you have an existing home, but at some point in time, if you tear all the walls out and you back down the studs again, well, this is a new construction job. This is really a new construction job. So you need to hire new construction subcontractors. You don't need to have somebody coming out there looking at this and say, well, it's going to be about this much right here. They don't need to do that. You should, as a builder, you need to know how much it's going to cost for your materials to install that. You need to know what's involved in it, know what these guys are going to charge you to, say for instance, if I was going to lay tile on this right here, well, on the wall, you're going to get some backer boards. So that's the labor. You need to know the labor that's involved in that. You need to know the labor that's involved in actually laying the tile. You may want to pay for the tile yourself, but this is practically new construction. Now, if it looks something like this, anything like this, let me go back here. If it looks like, I don't know, if you run up on a job and it kind of looks like this, Let me just see what this looks like. Not quite that. If it looks like this right here, when you go inside and you may need to rearrange some stuff, I'm trying to find another job. This is new construction. They hadn't laid the countertops. But if you run up on a job and all these jobs look so nice, if it looks like this right here, guys, it's probably going to be, that looks so nice. But if you have to go do some work in here and everything is already there, and you may have to move this island somewhere, well, that is a remodel. You may want to call your remodel guy. He may need to come out there and look at what's involved in him accomplishing what he has to do. He, she, what they got to do. But if the job looks, if it looks like this right here, where you back down to the studs, this is practically a new construction with the exception of this stuff on the right over here. So the one thing you guys need to do is you need to understand. You got to understand who is it that you're going to call on that site. But like I said, if it's a remodel job, yeah, they may need to come out there and look at it, take a look at it, see what's involved in it, give you a quote on it, and then you guys kind of work through that. If it's new construction, man, I mean, you need to look at your budget and say, okay, this is what I got in this right here. And then you can tell that person, hey, look, what are you charging per square foot on tile, on the wall? What are you charging on the floor? And they're going to give you a number. And then you take that number and multiply it by your square footage cost. And then that's going to tell you whether he fits in your budget. There's no need to call him if he's just way outside of your budget. Then you can call the next guy. And you can pit them against each other. But there's no need for you to waste anybody's time having them come out there and look at that. Guys, remodel and new construction is like night and day. They are totally different, guys. They're different animals. But you can't expect, you cannot go out here and get a remodel guy and stick him. Let me just say, you can do it, but they're gonna approach your job with a different mindset. And you gotta understand that. I typically won't have a guy that's specialized in remodel to do anything I have to do with new construction unless if I'm really desperate and I can't get somebody out there. I may, just go ahead and suck it up and go ahead and call that person, have them to come out there and do it. But I don't care what kind of guy it is. If it's an MEP guy, mechanical, electrical, plumber, if they're used to doing service or doing, remodels and stuff like that, I don't really want to call that guy. I find somebody who just specializes in new construction. And in most companies, especially with MEPs, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, they usually have different departments. They usually do it all, but they have different departments that deal with each one of them. So this was just a quick one. You guys need to understand that everybody in construction is not the same. And so keep that in mind. You guys have a good one. Thanks.